Welcome guys to another Brokowskis YouTube video. Today we got 3 players you should be sitting in your fantasy lineups. These are players that are usually starters or fringe starters, but we think have either terrible matchups or are going to really underperform. And before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the like button. We're again going to try for 100 likes. If we can hit that, that would be awesome.
Our first sit of the week is Antonio Gibson. This guy's been a massive disappointment. He was drafted in the second round of almost every fantasy draft. Right now he's in a 3 RB committee with McKissick and even Patterson's getting touches. The problem is this week is that he's versing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top of all of that. Tampa Bay has a really good run defense, and Antonio Gibson also has been dealing with a shin injury, which is hurting his performance. He's averaging 12 points per game on the season, but in the last 3 games, he's only averaging 6 PPR fantasy points per game. He only averages around 2 receptions a game. This guy's not a PPR monster. So if you can, with the bad matchup and with his injury and with the RB committee, I would consider sitting Gibson if you have a viable starter on your bench.
Our next sit of the week is Courtland Sutton. Ever since Jerry Jeudy came back, he has been really bad for fantasy. In the last 3 games, he's been averaging less than 7 fantasy points per game and less than 4 targets per game. Those are terrible numbers, and that's exactly when Jerry Jeudy came back. Before Jeudy returned, he had multiple games over 20 plus fantasy points. He was looking like actually a great fantasy player, but he has been really bad as of late. And also the matchup this week against the Philadelphia Eagles, he's probably going to be covered by Slay. The Eagles are 4th against wide receivers in fantasy. It is a really bad matchup. We think if anyone on this Broncos offense is going to do well, it's probably going to be Jeudy. It's probably going to be the running backs, even Fant before Courtland Sutton. Again, the terrible matchup, terrible usage as of late. We would really suggest sitting Courtland Sutton.
Coming in at our third and final sit, we have Davante Smith. This guy just had his breakout game last week against the Chargers, getting over 22 PPR fantasy points per game. But the problem is he only got 6 targets. In the game before, he only got 3 targets. In the last 2 games, he's averaging 4.5 targets per game. His quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is only averaging 15.5 pass attempts per game. That is by far the lowest in the league. The Eagles are running it more than ever. Davante Smith is not getting a bunch of targets. Goddard is getting more targets than him the last couple of weeks. And if you can, I would sit Davante Smith. Another problem is the Broncos secondary is really strong. They have Justin Simmons there. They have Fuller. They have a great pass defense. So Davante Smith is not going to get a lot of targets. He should be getting clamped by that secondary. So if you can, I would sit Davante Smith.
And thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and guys, comment the secret word. We'll be liking and replying to everyone who comments this. And good luck with the big day of fantasy tomorrow. We'll see y'all later.